we are covering the critical topic of alcohol, drugs, and medication for the FAA Part 107 exam. This is a heavily tested area because pilot impairment is a significant safety risk. The main rule you must know is found in Part 107.27, which simply states that a remote pilot must comply with the provisions of Part 91.17. This means, as a drone pilot, you are held to the same strict standards as pilots of manned aircraft. The exam will test you on 3 specific, independent rules you must follow regarding alcohol. First is the 8-hour rule, commonly called bottle to throttle. You are prohibited from acting as a remote pilot in command, visual observer, or person manipulating the controls within 8 hours after consuming any alcoholic beverage. An exam question might state, a remote pilot finishes their last alcoholic drink at 11 p.m. What is the earliest they can operate a drone? The answer is 7 a.m. the next day, a full 8 hours later. The second rule is the blood alcohol concentration, or BAC limit. You cannot fly with a BAC of 0.04% or greater. It's crucial to remember that this is separate from the 8-hour rule. You could be 9 hours past your last drink, but still have a BAC of 0.04%, making it illegal to fly. The exam will try to trick you by combining these rules. For example, a scenario might describe a pilot who is 10 hours past their last drink with a BAC of 0.05%. They cannot fly. Both the 8-hour and the 0.04% rules must be satisfied. The third rule is a catch-all. You cannot be under the influence of alcohol. This is a subjective measure. Even if you are outside the 8-hour window and your BAC is below 0.04, if you feel the effects of alcohol in any way that could compromise safety, you are prohibited from flying. Now let's discuss drugs and medication, a common trap on the exam. The rule in 91.17 prohibits flying while using any drug that affects your faculties in any way contrary to safety. This is intentionally broad. It doesn't matter if the drug is prescription or over-the-counter. The exam loves to test this with common medications. For instance, a question may ask about a pilot taking an over-the-counter cold medicine containing a sedating antihistamine like diphenhydramine, the active ingredient in Benadryl. Even though it's a common medication, it can cause drowsiness, and therefore, the pilot is not permitted to fly. The FAA does not publish a simple list of approved medications, placing the responsibility squarely on the pilot to know the effects of anything they take. To help you remember your responsibility for self-assessment, use the mnemonic IMSAFE. This stands for illness, medication, stress, alcohol, fatigue, and emotion. Before every flight, you should run through this personal checklist. Are you sick? Are you on any medication? Are you under stress? Have you followed the alcohol rules? Are you tired? Are you emotionally compromised? The exam might present a scenario where a pilot is dealing with a stressful family situation or is exhausted after a long drive. In these cases, the IMSAFE checklist would lead a responsible pilot to make a no-go decision. Remember, the FAA holds you, the remote pilot in command, as the final authority on the operation, and that includes ensuring you are physically and mentally fit to fly. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.